Farm Guy here, and welcome to ItalianRice 22 by TDA Team on Farming Simulator 22. This is an all-platform cross-play map available to everyone, PC, Mac, and console. This video mini-series will be on a PS5 here on console. And so, what is this? This is not a map tour. This is not a let's play. This is what I like to call a map test, a mini series. We're going to be going through a few of the things, testing out. What are we going to be testing out? Well, specifically, this map has, let's go up here to crop types, and if you can see here, we have forage maize, which is a custom crop for this map, and 4 different types of rice: Luna rice, Selenio rice, Baroni rice, and CL28 rice. So this map is set in the Italian countryside between the cities of Milan, Pavia, Novara, and Vercelli, with typical farmhouses and landscapes. So yes, it is. This is what the map looks like. Quite an interesting map, to be quite honest, actually. So it's, well, we'll have a look around, and we're going to test. Well, there's a number of things that I'd like to try out. This is one of the. Let's get our help window on here. Field info, there we go. So this is Selenio rice. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know any Italian, so a lot of these names are going to be Italian. This map also features floodable fields, which we will show. It's just an aesthetic. It's not necessary to grow crops. You don't have to flood the fields, but it's just a role play kind of item that's been added to this map. There are some required mods to download on this map, and those are going to be, let's show them here in our mods and DLCs. Now, I have quite a number of them for the purpose of this test. I have precision farming turned on. It doesn't say it's, yes, it is compatible with precision farming mods, so it is set up for that. So I have a couple of mods specifically for that. Let's see here. We have the trailed loader, or let's go through it. Air compressor. It should be here. Why is it not showing up? Oh, because it's a placeable. Air compressor by Vertex Design. Modular BGA. That's also not showing up here because it's a placeable. The modular BGA by Caster DS Agri Service. The New Holland T6 Tier 4B. Now that I can show you here. That is by Riscolteri Pazzi. Sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that correctly. Cow Husbandry by RL Modding, and the Trailed Loader, this one down here, that's also by RL Modding. Now, if you load these on console, it will say you have to load those mods, so don't be surprised about that. Now, this is one of the. This you get with when you start with New Farmer, which I did. Although I've sold most of the items already because I have. It's not particularly about what you get, but this is one of the things that you get with New Farmer, the rice wheels and this tractor. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to use this. So we're in a field that's not owned by us. What is owned by us? I think I purchased some. I can't remember this. I set this up a while ago, and now I'm just doing this now. But we have these fields, and at present, let's see here, cultivated. Yes, so nothing is growing. These are empty fields at the moment. So we're going to be planting each variety of the new crops and go through each stage of growth and see how those all look. Now, this map is mostly little roads like this, all little roads with smaller fields, and lots of these gates Let's get our help window on here as well so that you can see on. This is our farmyard. This is not our farmyard. That is a animal husbandry. That is not our farmyard. Our farmyard. Let's get our little map. There we go. So, yes, we're going to drive through our fields. This is one of our fields that we own currently. And this is our farmyard over here. So, as I said, this is not a map tour per se, but we're going to take a look at a few things. We have a silo and a few other things. I'll probably set up a couple of things to make the testing process a little easier, but let's get out of that one and hop into our class. These are this is also, you get this, you get quite a lot with New Farmer, actually. So you're pretty much set. Now I plowed this field to see what the rocks, kind of like rocks look like, and let's go here and turn on the stones. Yeah, all of these need plowing, so actually all those, I'll have to go and plow them all to get rid of that. But as you can see, we got small stones pulled up the first time, so that's what it looks like there. Right, so that is the beginning. Now we're going to be honest, I don't think this is a very friendly map for sending the AI driver to go somewhere, just by looking at the roads and such. But we're going to try it out. Not all maps are. This is a very I'm not trying not to. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, oh, a pothole, cool. It's kind of patterned after what's really there. So not every map is going to be great for AI driving around. There are a lot of narrow areas. So smaller equipment, you're not going to get any big honking equipment. Let's go over to the store. Here's the store. Now this is something interesting over here. I'm sure if you have seen any of the map tours on here, these are actual equipment that shows up on your map, but you can't get in them and you can't sell them or anything. They're just there to make, ambience of the map a little bit, whatever. This is a wardrobe here, and you can't go inside the dealership. Here is our shop menu where you can buy stuff. So a fairly large area for shop equipment, which I have a couple of seeders here, which I'm going to be using to plant. And we'll need a planter. We'll have to buy a planter. So let's do that. Nothing too big because we don't have a whole lot of room to move around here. So I might pick up another planter in the modded section to plant that forage maize, and we're going to figure out what that's all about too, and test that out. But right, precision farming. Let's come up here and let's go ahead and there we go. Oh, actually, it's the purchase soil information. So that's all one block. That is that's all one. That's a field you start with. So let's just go ahead and purchase the soil information. It's going to cost us 10 grand. There we go. So that is what our soil types look like. And our pH, that's our lime situation. Nitrogen, of course, none of it has any nitrogen. Yield is nothing yet. Seed rate. So now that we have the soil information, we're going to need to lime it too. So let's let me finish some prep work here. So we got to plow it and lime it, get it all ready for seeding, and then we'll start seeding our rice in those various plots of land there. And we're going to see what the fertilizer requirement is and all that good stuff with precision farming. This is being tested with precision farming, obviously. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All the prep work has been done. I've plowed out all our fields, and let's go down here and pH. I've limed everything, and we're here in field number 32 for our first planting of the first rice crop, which is going to be Luna rice, I believe. Yes, although it doesn't say here. Let's scroll through. Luna rice. Whoops, oh dear. Oh dear me. There, let's get that on there. Toggle, where is it? Oh, that's why. There we go. Seed, cilantro, wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, sorghum, grass, Luna rice. There we go. Luna rice. We have the John Deere seeder. It's handy dandy. It's nice. It's about the widest thing you can get through. And let's drop that down there. So as you can notice, the variable seed rate is not available for Luna rice. So even though it is precision farming ready, this rice crop is not and why are we still on pH? Nitrogen, let's see, does that, oh dear. So maybe something a little bit, I might have to, yeah, why are we stuck on pH and not, it should be showing nitrogen levels. Right, so what am I going to do? Well, I might have to bounce out and save and come back in. Something might have gone a little bit wrong with this, so hold on. All right, there. So it was just a bit of a glitch, I guess. I saved, backed out, closed the game, opened the game back up again, and here we go, nitrogen. Yay. So if you ever encounter something like that, oh, I guess we should lower it. There we go. Lower and drive forward. There we go. So we're planting, I believe it was the Luna rice we said. 160 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen for rice. Still don't have a variable seed rate, so it's basically just yeah, maximum seed rate. If we take a look back here, right, so soil types, pH, nitrogen, there we go, we're showing the nitrogen. We're putting that down. Yield, seed rate is standard. So we're gonna, yeah, okay, so standard basically for this. So how much is it using? We're not using up a whole lot. So I'm gonna go and grab my handy dandy little drawbar so I can do this faster. And then, yeah, so planting rice. All right, first field is done. Now, unfortunately, well, as so we see Luna rice. There we go, 32. Oddly enough, all the rice is the same blue color indicated here. So just by looking at it, you're not going to be able to tell what you've planted. You're just going to have to turn it on and off to see which one flashes, to see which variety of rice you have in a field. So let's switch to the next. Did I actually switch to the next? Yes, cilantro rice. So all the rice, bottom right corner, that little rice icon, they all look the same as well. So that's going to be another thing that you're going to have to, yeah, they all have the same icons. So they're all rice, they're just different varieties. And well, anyways, here we go. Planting the next variety, and it looks like it's pretty much the same here too. The same variable seed rate is the same, basically standard, and the rate of fertilizer rate, or the rate of fertilization, whatever it needs, is going to be the same as the other variety of rice as well. So a neat thing I did notice about this map, see, I was kind of like, oh, we have a darn it, we have a electrical or a hydro basically pole in the middle of our field, and it's gonna block my workers, and it's gonna be we're gonna have to go around. Not so much. Let's see here, let's just lift this for a moment, and it looks very nice. These are big high, yeah, there's no collisions on these. Very nice. I like that. It looks good, it's appropriate. We have these style of, we call them hydro lines. It's because the electricity we get is produced by water dams, thus hydro electricity. That's how we get our electricity. I don't know how they get electricity in Italy. Probably some of it is hydroelectricity. I don't know. But anyways, that's my little story. But kind of neat that there's no collisions on those, and so it doesn't really, the workers just kind of go right through it. So yeah, we're gonna continue planting what is this, Selenio rice here, and let's take a look at see where. So prices do vary slightly with the different varieties of rice, and as for yeah, no variety, and it's yeah, it's neat that it has different varieties of rice, don't get me wrong. I did turn off seasons though, so we don't have the seasonal. We can check that out after, if I remember, the planting. So we'll turn seasons on afterwards and check out the planting and harvest seasons if you use seasons. But really the purpose of this was to make things easier. I have it off for now just so we can see the crop, see what it is. Apparently, looking at this, we have rice windrow, so rice straw. We're going to see what that looks like, but that's going to be probably a different episode. Oh yes, if you don't like ditches, there are ditches everywhere. Well, and they're dry. Yes. So I did make a little video about how to fill those ditches with water, and this right here, Irrigation Consortium. Let's go visit that. And here we are. Let's turn our help window on, just in case you're wondering. And there we go, water canal level up to allow rice field irrigation. So we're going to turn this on, water level raised, and as we come back here, we now have water in the ditches. And we will show, once we're done planting, we're going to fill the fill the fields with water to simulate the rice planting process. I know it's not, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's there for role play and visuals and so forth and so on. Now, I do not know very much about actual rice planting. I do know that it is done with flooded fields at some point, and so that's all I do know. So I'm not going to say anything one way or the other. We're just kind of testing out, and that's going to go for whoa. So I'm going to continue planting this variant of rice, and we'll move on to the next one, and we'll plant all 4, and then we're going to plant, oh, where do we go? Forage maize too. We're going to try that out as as a corn crop. So see you in the next field. All right, second field has been planted. There we go. 24. Done planting, and yeah, standard seed rate. Nitrogen looks like it varies a little bit due from the soil type. But anyways, here we are. Let's go to the next one, which is Baroni rice. And I don't suspect really anything different here. Yes, so another variety of rice. And yeah, all right, I'm gonna do this one now. All right, that one's done. So now we're on to the CL28 rice. I do believe that is our last, yes, our last variety of rice will come in here, and then we'll come in on 15, and I'll have to go grab a planter, but 15 we will go ahead and plant our forage maize. So I do believe, yes, let's drop this and go forward and see what we get here. And yeah, it's pretty much right. So the same as the other rice, nothing different there, but we're going to have to, of course, let it grow. But we'll finish this up. I'll grab a planter, and we'll plant that forage maize next. So we are done planting the rice. We have a base game, Cavernaland, yes, no, Vertistad, planter, seed and fertilizer. As you can see, we can scroll through the different various. So this is the forage maize. Yep, again, seed rate is no, not available. Let's see the fertilization. So this is regular corn. So we can see that the fertilization rate is less, which is nice. And so let's turn that on and lower it down, and away we go. And there we go. So we'll plant the forage maize. If we take a look at the color is orange for corn, but the regular corn is also, where do we have one? We have, I thought we had one, there it is also orange, which looks exactly like the orange of the forage maize. So you won't be able to tell by the color, but if you jump down and you have your field information on, there we go, forage maize growing. So we're going to see if it looks any different than regular corn. Actually, it should probably I'll probably plant a small field over there of regular corn just for comparisons and to compare the growth rate and what it looks like, and harvesting it. Forage maize, I believe you're not going to, well, we're going to try it, but from what I understand, forage maize is just for turning into chaff. You won't be able to get any, I don't think you can harvest it, which we're going to try. I don't know. The description on this map is pretty minimal. Let's just take a look at it. It says, well, we already read this map reproduces the rice growing areas of the rice triangle, which we described where that was. And it says main farm, one main farm to start your career, which we have right over here. 4 more other farms, so there are 4 other farms. 87 floodable fields. We are going to flood the fields after we're done planting and seeding. 2 different corn varieties and the 4 rice varieties, which we are testing. Customizable area with cow husbandry installed. So we're going to go. There is a cow barn that we own that you get when you. I do believe is when you get start new farmer. And a selling point for the rice and the other crops. A flour mill, a quarry, which is just basically a quarry. I don't think you can. There isn't anything in there, although we can check it out. 5 forestry areas, which are pretty, just like a bunch of trees, which are some. Let's see here, right there. That's a forest area. They're all trees of all the same trees, like they were planted there to harvest. Vehicle dealer and yes, precision farming. So it is kind of set up for that, where, as you can see, the crop, the fertilization rate's a little bit different, though. That's noticeable, but as for seed rate, that is pretty much a generic, so I'm not sure. Yeah, but I've seen that before with new crops. They just kind of get set to a generic rate, and so it's not something that's unheard of. And yes, we can just drive right through that. Like I said, it looks good, but there's no collisions, so I don't mind that. Actually, I think that's... But there's the lampposts beside the road have collisions, so some things do, some things don't. But anyways, I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to plant a field of regular corn, and then we're going to flood the field. We got regular corn on loam, and notice that variable seed rate is 8 seeds per meter squared. So regular corn seed rate is working. Oh, here's one of the let's get our help window on. There we go. Rice fields fill rice fields with water. So there we go. We'll turn that on. And we should see some water. There we go. We now have water. Although it doesn't look. Oh, there we go. It's starting to fill up now. It's that's how it looks. There we go. The gates open up and flood the fields with water. Now this one doesn't have anything in it. I'm planting something in here, so you could pretend to plant rice, or not pretend, but you can then use your planter and plant rice in a flooded field if you wish to do that. And over there, let's see, it also has flooded our other field, so we can go take a look at that. But yeah, it's a little bit weird with the graphics. We'll see what it looks like once the first. Here we go. This one's flooded too, so it gives it that. Well, kind of looks like it's water in there. So, yeah. So just remember, I'm on PS5, so I'm on console. So we're going to leave the water in there through the growth, the various growth periods. And what next? Let's see. Depends on how my time is going here. But I think that might be good. You know what? I think that's going to be... We've done planting. So we've planted all the different crops. We've taken a look at that. We've showed you how to flood the fields. We'll take a little tour of the... You can see that they're... Oh, let's do this. Can you kind of see? It's kind of not really... Yeah, it kind of looks like... So you can see it has... That trigger has flooded all the fields in this section, remember? So remember that that whole section, this whole section, so that one trigger flooded this section. So if we go into these various different sections, I do believe that they each have their own separate trigger to flood that section. I may or may not be wrong, but at least I know that is the case for this particular section. Right, so there we go. That's episode 1. We have planted the rice and the various crops and a corn crop for a let's see here, a control. I guess you could say a control crop or a comparison for the corn. So we have, because we have a new corn type and the regular corn type, we're going to grow them both. And then for the next episode, we're going to go through the growth cycles and then maybe start harvesting, which is probably... we'll see how that goes. But there we go. Planted. So we planted the 4 rice crops and the 2 corn crops available to us. And there we have it. So there it is. Planted and flooded. Interesting. There's the ItalianRice. Needs rolling. I don't think I'm going to roll it. But anyways, what do we got here for expected yield? Your expected yield is pretty good, 122 out of 125. So I have weeds turned on too, so we're going to see that pop up as well in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and remember, it's only a game. So till the next one, bye for now.